How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. My name is Oscar Blue for Border Network News at America's Voice. Good evening to everybody. I'm sorry if I'm doing this on my car right now. I could easily do it in my house, but I park right now so I can do it, with you guys as soon as possible. What is going on in Mexico? Exactly. Jewel Cox just made a statement of the date. I will explain what is going on in Mexico. And I was telling you guys on the last video, in the past videos, police brutality in our country of Mexico, and abuse of power in our country of Mexico, it's normal. The police and the authorities over here are prepotent, are arrogant, and, they not only take care of citizens, but they kill citizens if they don't agree with the law and they don't agree with what they're saying or doing. This happened to Giovanni Lopez, apparently that is his name. On the 6th of May, this man by the age of 30 in his 30s got assassinated by police brutality. 6th of May. Listen to this. 6th of May got assassinated by police brutality and abuse of power, by the authorities, by police officers, by the law enforcement in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Guadalajara. So, on the 6th of May, this young man got assassinated by the police department or by some officials, some police officials in Guadalajara. I will try to explain for you guys to understand what is going to happen and what is going to continue to happen across the world. That this assassination of George Floyd is going to open a large window. As I told you guys, this is a large window for the anarchists, the socialists, the globalists, the leftists, and all of these people, the activists, that they want globalization and they want socialism. Now, you got the George Floyd situation right now in the United States of America. And the George Floyd situation is open up around the world. You got protests in London, you got protests in Spain, you got protests in Europe about George Floyd and justice for George Floyd, and they want to end police brutality and abuse of authorities. This assassination and these protests they are doing right now in Mexico, in Guadalajara, this assassination occurred on the 6th of May. Not yesterday, not 2 days ago, not 1 week ago. Occurred on the 6th of May. And this erupted for the citizens of Guadalajara, the leftists and the radicals, to go into the law enforcement to light the police cars, exactly what they were doing in Minneapolis. And the most amazing thing, to light a police officer on fire. Right now, these riots are being done in the city of Guadalajara. This, people, is going to continue to happen. This George Floyd situation, this man that was killed by a police officer in front of millions to see, it opened up the chaotic, the riots, the uncontrollable looting, and all of this that is happening around the United States. That is chaos. That is what socialism is about. And that is what the New World Order and its Agenda 2030 wants. They want chaos. Now, what they're trying to do in Mexico is to start this chaotic agenda in our country of Mexico. And in Guadalajara, You got this situation about a man that got assassinated by a police officer for abuse of police brutality and abuse of power on the 6th of May in Mexico, on the 6th of May. And until right now, they're protesting. Until right now, what day are we? We are in the 4th of June. 4th of June. So, we're talking about how many days? How many days? It is amazing. It is amazing. Josefina Montiel, sálgase de aquí a la jodida si no le parece. Órale, vámonos a la jodida. ¿Dónde estás? Vámonos. It is amazing what is happening. And all of this is going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to happen. And these riots that are occurring, are occurring now in Mexico, believe me, people, there's going to be other cities and other countries that they are going to start rioting and looting because of no circumstance, because of no significant circumstance. They're going to start rioting and looting. What do I mean with that? What just happened in Mexico right now? Assassination that occurred on the 6th of May. And now they are rioting until now because of the George Floyd situation. Wow. Scary. Believe me, I told you guys this morning, there's going to be riots for injustice, for migrants. There's going to be riots for injustice, for whatever. For whatever. There's going to be continuously riots for a lot of situations and a lot of unfairness that is occurring around the world. This chaotic agenda, it is brought by the New World Order and by George Soros. We already know that George Soros is the one that is funding Antifa, funding the activists, funding the leftists, funding the socialists, funding the globalists, funding all of these agendas. He's part of that. He's part of that. You cannot compare the two countries in different situations. My God, you're out. I'm not going to control your opinions. I'm not comparing the situations, ma'am. I will be as much respectful as I can. I'm not comparing the situations, ma'am. What I'm saying to you is that there are starting to occur riots for the same particular reasons. And in Mexico, they're starting to do that. In the city of Guadalajara, today, they started rioting and destroying police cars, lighting them on fire, and also a police officer, they lit him on fire. Amazing. Amazing. And all of this because of an assassination that occurred on an individual on the 6th of May by the name of Giovanni Lopez. On the 6th of May, we are in the 4th of June. And until now, they're protesting. Until now, they're rioting. And until now, they're going to start with their destruction. This, people, it is exactly what all these globalists want. All of these globalists want chaotic situations to happen. So I will post some videos right now of the actual little manifestation, protest riot that is occurring in Guadalajara. And the way that they handle things over here in riots and protests is way different than in the United States. Really way different. So I will try to put the videos on so you guys can see them. And this is a strategy that is going to be occurring and is going to be happening. It's going to be occurring and it's going to be happening constantly. This is a strategy that is going to continue. All these leftist groups, all these socialist groups, they're going to start taking city by city and country by country with chaotic situations. It's Guadalajara now. A murder that happened on the 6th of May. On the 6th of May, this abuse of power, abuse of brutality against Giovanni Lopez, that every time that you receive, I receive notifications of news, and I didn't want to get, that into it. But if you guys want to know about what's going on with right now with COVID, look at this. Lopez-Gatell, that is the Secretary of Health, it's speculating that by the end of the year, 35,000 people are going to die. That's out of the, that's another topic. But, in that particular test, they're saying a fury has unfolded in Guadalajara, the city of Guadalajara. A fury has unfolded in the city of Guadalajara where they are burning police cars for the death of Giovanni Lopez. For the death of Giovanni Lopez. Also, they set a cop on fire. These kind of things are going to start happening. This weekend, people, is going to be crazy. Prepare yourself to start seeing chaotic situations like this. It's not only is going to be happening in the United States, but it's going to be happening around the world. The George Floyd assassination, or the officer that killed George Floyd, I don't want to get into a deeper topic, because if I get into a deeper topic, people are going to say, oh my God, he's so racist. Oh my God, he no respect for the death of George Floyd. Oh my God, he's contradicting people. I don't want to get to that until things, okay, here we go. Another one. I want to get you out from a long time ago. Hope Alejandro Reyes. I want to get you out from a long time ago. You're out. You're out. I got a lot of AMLO lovers right here, right now. So all these AMLO lovers that they're coming, we call them bots. In Mexico, we call them bots. You know what bots means? B-O-T-S in Mexico? That's robots. So we call them bots over here. And all these guys that come in here and they start saying, oh my God, don't put attention to this guy. He's a conspiracy theorist. And they start putting smiley faces on the live feed. All of these people are bots. They paid to troll feeds and all that stuff. Over here in Mexico, they do that. And I believe in the United States, they do that also. But getting back to the topic. The specific topic is that if these riots are going to start occurring, I don't believe that it's going to be extended in Mexico. In Mexico, it's a whole different situation. Things can be handled, real differently in our country. They handle things real differently in our country. But right now they're protesting and they're lighting up police cars, and they lit a police officer on fire because of an assassination that occurred on the 6th of May. George Floyd incident opened up for people to have a voice, but in a radical way, in an anarchist way, of destruction, of looting, of basically destruction and destroying people's properties and destroying things, destroying businesses. That is what is occurring in the United States. I don't know the situation currently in Guadalajara. I got, friends over there, so I will make a couple phone calls. And no incites violencia ni disturbios, sé objetivo, se te agradece. No estoy incitando violencia, estoy diciendo la verdad. Y cuando uno dice la verdad, a muchos no les gusta. Y si quieren ustedes escuchar cositas bonitas y cositas preciosas y que estén adornadas, váyanse a Televisa, váyanse a TV Azteca, váyanse a Campechaneando y váyanse a todos esos programas que son pagados por la izquierda. Yo no soy así. Basically, this is going to continue to happen. On my understanding, protests are being done in London. Protests are being done in Europe. Protests are being done in South America. You guys haven't seen what is going on in Argentina right now? Argentina is rising up again against COVID, against the mask, against wearing this crap. Their Argentinians are mad on wearing this. They don't want to wear it. And the Argentina people, they understand that this is a control of the population. And this is part of the New World Order. So they're rising and they're protesting. That's what is happening. So this is going to be occurring around the world. This incident right now from the 6th of May, God knows where they came from. And they started this riot again. And they started rioting now in Guadalajara. And they say justice for George Floyd and justice for Giovanni Lopez also. So it's another, it's not an excuse because in Mexico they handle things differently. No creo que de la izquierda, pero pues tendrás tu propia agenda. Yo no soy de la izquierda ni de la derecha. Soy independiente y soy en medio y digo la verdad. Y si no le parece a la izquierda y no le parece a la derecha, me vale un comino. Yo digo las cosas como se me da la gana y como van derechas. And this is what is going to be occurring. We already know how the left works. And the left is dirty. And their tactics is dirty. And they want socialism. And they want globalism. And if they are going to do whatever they can to create chaos, it is going to occur. That is what is occurring in the United States, that the protests are not stopping, and they're not going to stop until there is control of the citizens. Now, what is going on in Mexico, in Guadalajara, in the country of Mexico, in Guadalajara, what is occurring in Guadalajara is particularly this. It's an assassination unfairly of a young man by the name of Giovanni Lopez, that he was murdered by a police officer on the 6th of May, and protests happened. Now, I want to take you back to what happened in the last president in Mexico. 43 students were assassinated and disappeared by the government because they were protesting against the president. 43 students. 43 students. They were disappeared by the government of Peña Nieto. And protests started happening. Protests started happening outside of the government office in Ciudad de Mexico. In every city, rallies were being done for find justice and to find them alive and to bring them alive. That was a whole different scenario. But I'm just telling you, the situation in Mexico regarding assassination of citizens unfairly by the authorities and by the abuse and brutality of the authorities for us is we stand 1 in a million chance of winning. Over here, it's been going on for decades. It's been going on for decades, really. That is one of the reasons why Emiliano Zapata, a revolutionary, rised and fought against the system. because taking advantage of the indigenous and of their land. And the authority was stepping all over the poor people. And a revolution occurred. I'm not inciting a revolution. That is the worst thing that a Mexican can say, that, let's form a revolution. That's the worst scenario. But this kind of situations happen in Mexico. A lot of people in the United States, they see these situations of officers, assassinating unfairly a citizen. And it's something major, something worldwide. For us, it's something normal. It's not normal like, oh, okay. No, it's something normal that we see. Sadly, we see it on a day basis. Sadly, we see that. So, for everybody that is watching, how's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice. God bless everybody that is watching. Riots. Hello, Mayra. ¿Cómo estás? How you doing? Follow Mayra Flores, as she's a phenomenal young lady from Laredo, Texas. I think so. Follow her at her page, as she is also speaking the truth, and she does also phenomenal good videos. Follow Mayra Flores. Hello to you, all the way to Laredo, Texas. God bless everybody that is watching. Just a recap of what just happened and what has been happening. I didn't want to talk about this situation, but it's because I knew that this was eventually going to happen in our country, and that this was going to ricochet into our country, and it's going to ricochet into another one and another one and another one. McAllen, Texas. I'm sorry, Mayra. Follow her, as she is in McAllen, Texas. Mayra Flores. Go to her public figure page. Thank you for joining the feed. So, this riots started occurring in Guadalajara, Jalisco, as they are protesting against the government and against the law enforcement in Guadalajara, Jalisco. And I will tell you, it's really different, my feeling against the government in Mexico and my feeling of the government of the United States. Why? This young man that got assassinated on the 6th of May unfairly by the government of Mexico, and by abuse of police brutality and abuse of power by the authorities of Mexico. It is way different, my feeling over here, than in the United States. Over here, I'm always going to be against police brutality and abuse of power, and against the government. Always in my country, I'm going to be against it. Always. Because our government in Mexico, they have stole every last penny of us. And every 6 years of every president, they have stepped all over us, stole from us. And they have not worried about the poor people, and the poor people first, and the indigenous people first. So there's a really legitimate statement and feeling about me as a Mexican fighting against the government.